Welcome to War India News Hour. Email spoofing is a rising problem in the organizations. There are reports that remote working increases the risk of a successful ransomware attack due to a combination of weaker controls on home IT and a higher likelihood of users clicking on COVID-19 themed ransomware lure emails. Some current ransomware lures include free downloads for technology solutions in high demand, such as video and audio conferencing platforms, and critical updates to enterprise collaboration solutions and consumer social media applications. We have also seen a move towards more creative ways of extorting ransoms. These include double extortion, where ransomware encrypts your data and forces you to pay a ransom to get it back, and then sends your data to the threat actor, who threatens to release your sensitive data unless further ransom is paid. The risk of ransomware has increased as a result of the shift to remote working. Email spoofing is not a new concept. Defined as the forgery of an email address header to make the message appear as if it was sent from a person or location other than the actual sender, it has plagued brands for decades. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. RBI to come up with digital currency likely to be like cash. RBI's upcoming digital currency is likely to be like cash and will use private blockchain technology, which will reduce the transaction settlement processes. The indigenous digital currency will be different from other cryptocurrencies but will be technologically at par with them. The RBI governor said that the central bank does not want to be left behind in the technological revolution and added that the benefits of blockchain technology need to be utilized. RBI's private blockchain platform will be like the unified payments interface on which government and private companies can build their own apps. GitHub bets big on Indian developers and students. Microsoft-owned open-source developer platform GitHub announced various initiatives for developers, students and startups in India, including open-source grants worth ₹1 crore and a partnership with NASSCOM to reskill professionals. GitHub has introduced fellowship for students with companies in India and extended its enterprise licenses to over 1,000 new startups in the country. In 2020, more than 1.8 million developers in India joined GitHub, taking the developer community in the country to 5.8 million. Spirent and Octoscope together to expand Wi-Fi test capabilities. With the explosive growth in the Internet of Things, the emergence of new mission-critical use cases in sectors such as healthcare and industry, and expansion of applications including fixed wireless access and Wi-Fi offload, the importance of reliable and secure Wi-Fi is greater than ever. Spirent Communications has acquired Octoscope. Octoscope provides market-leading, accurate, repeatable and automated wireless test solutions and methodologies to the wireless industry. Jubilant FoodWorks to bring Popeye to India. Jubilant FoodWorks Limited, that is JFL, has announced to bring American multinational chain of fried chicken fast food restaurants Popeyes to India. The company announced to enter into an exclusive master franchise and development agreement with PLK APAC Pte Limited, a subsidiary of Restaurant Brands International Inc., that is RBI, said a joint statement. ITI inks deal with AI firm Thalamus Irwin to jointly bid for health projects. ITI and Thalamus Irwin will jointly bid for the upcoming opportunities into health projects, including the National Digital Health Mission to deploy artificial intelligence-enabled solutions for the digital health record system. With the rising second wave of COVID-19 in India and the growing need for a COVID and health passport system, ITI Limited and Thalamus Irwin, a Delhi-based AI firm under its healthcare platform Garuda, have demonstrated a working proof of concept for the technology that can accelerate the rollout of One Nation, One Health Card vision of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. No physical toll booths from next year onwards, says government. India will do away with toll booths and implement complete GPS-based toll collections within 1 year, Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari said. Once the system becomes operational, it will lead to seamless movement of vehicles across the country. Hence, all physical toll booths in the country will be removed. There will be a camera at the entry point of the road that will capture your vehicle on GPS, he said. No one will have to stop at toll plazas anymore. You will have to pay only for the distance covered from the entry point to the exit point without having to halt anywhere. PHP Git server compromised to insert secret backdoor to its source code. The PHP Git server has been compromised in a potential attempt to plant malware in the code base of the PHP project. PHP programming language developer and maintainer Nikita Popov said that 2 malicious commits were added to the PHP SRC repository in both his name and that of PHP creator Rasmus Lerdorf. However, it's not immediately clear if the tampered code base was downloaded and distributed by other parties before the changes were spotted and reversed. Outage found in HDFC online and mobile banking platform. The net and online banking services of HDFC Bank faced glitches in its digital banking platform on Tuesday. The users complained on Twitter that the outage happened when many were taking care of their year-end transactions. Around 1 p.m., HDFC Bank clarified on Twitter that some customers are facing intermittent issues as accessing our net banking or mobile app. We are looking into it on priority for resolution. We apologize for the inconvenience and request you to try again after some time. Thank you. Latest innovation in wind turbine to enhance production of wind energy. There are new types of wind turbines coming up that do not require wind orientation and provide stable operation during storm wind and other unfavorable weather conditions. The technology also claims low noise level, which is multiple times decreased comparatively to traditional 3-blade wind turbines, as well as has the capability to naturally accommodate solar panels in its construction, which increases energy output per unit occupying the same area. Subha Tatavarti resumes as CTO in Wipro. Subha is an IT industry veteran based out of the US, has joined Wipro from Walmart and before that worked with PayPal for more than 10 years. Tatavarti was Senior Director of Technology Commercialization at Walmart and last served as Head of Product Data Platform and Infrastructure at PayPal. She was instrumental in simplifying the data and analytics infrastructure besides pioneering CTO modernization and streamlining initiatives for cloud platforms and frameworks, that is CPM. She also led various initiatives in domains including SRE and developer platforms. Summing up, since not all spoofing attacks are large scale, the actual number could be much higher and the problem seems to be getting worse every year. For this reason, brands are using secure protocols to authenticate their emails and avoid the malicious intent of threat actors. Email spoofing is used in phishing attacks to trick users into believing the message is from a person or entity they either know or can trust. A cybercriminal uses a spoofing attack to trick recipients into believing that the message is from someone who is not. In this way, attackers can cause you harm without being able to trace it. If you see an email from the IRS that says your refund was sent to another bank account, it may be a spoofing attack. Phishing attacks can also occur via email spoofing. This is a fraudulent attempt to obtain sensitive information such as usernames, passwords and credit card details, that is your PIN numbers, often for malicious purposes. The term comes from phishing for a victim by pretending to be trustworthy. With SMTP, outgoing messages are assigned a sender address by the client application. Outbound email servers have no way of knowing if the sender address is legitimate or spoofed. Therefore, email spoofing is possible because the email system used to represent email addresses provides no way for outbound servers to verify the legitimacy of the sender's addresses. With this, large enterprises are opting for protocols such as SPF, DKIM and DMARC to authorize their legitimate email addresses and minimize impersonation attacks. Now it is your turn to make your organization more secure. That's it for the day. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. Please download the War India app from Google Play Store for latest news and updates. Thank you.